This is Math 122, homework number 2, and I'm going to show you how to do problem 2. Again, always be careful to copy down problems correctly. Double check when you finish copying it down and make sure you've got all the numbers, symbols, and variables. This one is 4x to the third power raised to the second power times 3x squared raised to the fourth power. Alright, we've got a lot going on in this problem. We have everything inside of this parentheses needs to be multiplied by itself. 2 of these needs to get multiplied. Everything inside this parentheses needs to get raised to the fourth power. Now there's several ways to look at this. I'm going to do it the long way first and then show you the shortcut. If everybody inside this parentheses wants to get multiplied twice, I can actually write that out twice. 4, and I'm going to put a times sign right there. Remember, there's always an invisible times sign between a number and a variable that are stuck together. So I'm going to be doing 4 times x to the third power times itself. 2 of these multiplied. So times 4 times x to the third power. That's this times itself twice. Alright. And then there's a times sign here between these two, even though it wasn't there before, but when there's nothing between factors in parentheses, there's always an invisible multiple sign you can add. Alright, so I'm going to be multiplying 4 of these. 3x squared times itself 4 times. So 3 times x squared, notice the invisible multiplication sign, times 3 times x squared, there's twice, times 3 times x squared, there's 3 times 3 times x squared. So what I've done is expanded this expression. 2 of these multiplied, here's one, there's the other, and 4 of these multiplied. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, all of these factors are being multiplied. So what I'm going to do is gather up all the numbers and multiply them together, because I can actually calculate that, and then I'm going to gather up all the variables. So order doesn't matter when you multiply, so let's bring up all the 3's and all the 4's. I've got them all, right? 2 4's there, and 1, 2, 3, 4 3's. So all these numerals get multiplied. Now let's bring together all the x's. X to the third power times x to the third power times x squared, times x squared, times x squared, and one more x squared. I think I've got all 4 of them now. So I've just used these exact same factors I had here, but I've written them in a different order. Order does not matter when you multiply. Now I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to take my calculator and just do 4 times 4 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. I'm going to shortcut this a little bit and do 4 to the second power times 3 to the fourth power. Think about why. And I get 1,296. Now the x's. Now if I have x to the third power, that means 3 x's multiplied, and 3 more, and 2 more, and 2 more, and 2 more, and 2 more. How much is that all together? Well, that's x times itself 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 times. Did I do that right? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 times? What is the final answer? It's 14, isn't it? So all I have to do is add the exponents to get the new exponent on my x factor. Now I get rid of the times sign here because we're lazy mathematicians and we don't need it. And my final answer is 1,296 times x to the 14th power. Now that's the long way of doing this problem. Let's figure out the short way by looking backwards from the answer. Since I had to multiply 4 times itself twice, that gave me the 4 times 4. So really, I could have just applied this exponent right away to the 4 and written 4 squared. I also multiplied x to the third power times itself twice. That gave me x to the third times x to the third. X to the third times x to the third is x to the sixth. Well, that's just multiplying these two exponents. A power raised to the power, another power, you multiply the exponents. So the second power also gets distributed to the x to the third power. Alright, then I had written out 3 4s to get multiplied, or excuse me, 4 3s. One there, one there, one there, and one there. Well, that's 3 to the fourth power. And then, finally, I multiplied x squared by itself 1, 2, 3, 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So x squared to the fourth power. That ended up being 2, 4, 6, 8. X to the eighth power. Again, raising a power to a power, I just multiply the exponents. Then it's just a short step to get to our final answer. Multiply the numerals. 4 squared, 16, times 3 to the fourth power, which is 81. That's going to give you 1,296 again. If you don't trust me, do it on your calculator. And then here's our x to the sixth power times an x to the eighth power. Multiplying like bases, just add the exponents. And that's the shortcut that will give you the same answer you get by expanding it the long way. Hope that helped.